sessions again in our daily life, guided meditation sessions. So today we have our teaching monk Pasura. So let us putting our palms together to welcome Monk Pasura. May we invite Monk Pasura to open the webcam. As P is in Denmark now, so the time difference is a lot, so he might be adjusting his own time as well. So we're going to wait for some times. Okay, so let us pay respect to Monk Pasura by bow 3 times. Let's bow. Second bow. And third bow. May we invite Monk Pasura to begin the sessions today.
Good evening. Good evening, good morning to everybody. Because they not the time differences, but they have just adjust the daylight saving on 31st. So that's why it's supposed to be in my time another 1 hour, and I just realized 20 minutes ago that the session is on 1 o'clock here. So anyway, welcome to the meditation sessions. And how many people have been entering now? We have 35. Okay, that's very good. Okay, so as usual, that today's sessions we will start up with the brief explanation about meditation techniques and methods, and then we'll follow up with the practice of meditation. And afterward, I would encourage you to, if you have any other questions, things that you feel curious about, which is related to meditation practice, Dharma, any things that you would like to ask, you also can, prepare in advance and put in the chat box if you want to ask later on. So I'd be happy to answer them all. So before beginning, as I have been recapping some of the questions that people usually ask in relation to the meditation, is mostly number one is about how to deal with the sense of pain. And when you're meditating, please understand one thing, that your body is not a statue or a stone, okay? Pain is very normal for a human body to happen. No matter how much you try to force yourself not to feel pain, or, it is going to happen eventually, because that's human body. It's unavoidable. The question would be, since we know that pain is inevitable, how we can maintain ourselves so comfortable so that our mind can be still long enough and we can avoid feeling the sense of pain. And that's why when it comes to sitting posture, please don't force, okay? Don't force and don't rush. Two things. Don't force and don't rush. Either you try to force yourself, like another one of my cards that try to look perfect symmetry, perfect triangle. It doesn't really work that way. You don't have to look like that, especially, if you don't feel comfortable with your posture. So make sure that you take a moment to adjust yourself until you really fine-tuning the best postures for you. Doesn't matter if you're going to be sitting on the floor, on the chair, you need a cushion, you need to sit back with something behind you. Whatever it is, as long as it helps you to really feel comfortable, okay? And take your time, try a few things. You still have some moments. If you don't feel settled with your seat, grab them, adjust it, okay? Sitting posture is not something to be taken lightly, because a lot of people, when talk about meditation problems, something that obstruct their, practice, one of the main thing is the feeling pain. And since it cannot be avoided, it's just a part of our human body. So instead of trying to fight it, just take it gradually, take your time to adjust into it. Number two, thoughts, wandering thoughts. Wandering thoughts is the second problem, that after you can deal with the pain, with the body, the posture, then the mind will keep thinking, wondering, as if you're sitting right here, you probably think, oh, it's going to take, I want to meditate right now. Please stop talking. So you can even to that extent, so that is what our mind love to do. It tend to jump around, move a lot, think a lot. It is normal. So it's not about trying to shut it off. If the flow is just way too strong, imagine if you have the traffic on the street and just there are still so many cars and you try to block the traffic immediately, what's going on? You're going to have a huge traffic jam and everything will be clogged, right? And then what? Whenever there's a big hole, everything just explodes through that hole and then boom, it becomes an explosion. It's even harder for you to keep it still, afterward. So instead of trying to, block the road, that's not what we are doing with the thoughts. We just sit back watching it, but we stop adding more cars on the road. How do we do that? By not engaging with it. The more we try to analyze the traffic, the more we try to comment on the traffic, the more cars we add on the road. So whenever we are able to sit back and just watch the traffic, actually we are no longer adding more cars on the road. What happens is that there will be less cars as time goes by, and that will lead to the traffic completely still. Exactly the same thing you do with your thought. Number one, if your thought is just, you still have the sense of awareness that, okay, I can bring it back to where I feel comfortable, bring it back to the place where you can sit back and enjoy it. If some days, which is possible, because it's not consistent, someday you may not have so much thoughts, that will be easy. Someday your mind probably running like a, bullet train, just a lot. Since, someday you probably have been dealing with so many stuff. If it happens like that, what you do is to open your eyes, to reset it. If you notice that the moment you put excessive attention to meditate, this is the moment you have more thoughts than usual. Okay, so whenever you are able to just open your eyes to reset, it will draw you back to starting point, and you can gradually go to relaxation and to the process of stillness again. In that way, you can reset your mind and bring it back to the point where you can reduce the thoughts. So two things you can do. If it's not too much, come to the point where you can sit back and relax. If it's way too strong, open your eye to reset and restart. In that way, you will be able to gradually reduce the thought and eliminate it, and it comes to stillness automatically. So those are the two parts that you will be using a lot in dealing with the path of meditation. But the third one is just sleepiness. And if you really feel sleepy, my usual advice would be enjoy your nap. That's all, okay? And then after you get up, then you can continue with that, because you have been working all day. Someday we just tired. You've been talking with so many people. Your mind just like, come on, give me some quiet moment. So if that comes to that extent, allow yourself to nap. You probably take 5-10 minutes, and then you can start afterward, and that would be easier for you to retain the attention. Okay, so these are just 3 simple ways to deal with the so-called hindrances of meditation that people usually have. And I just want to remind you, because I know that you have heard this before so many times. But if you notice that every problem in every meditation you got is still jumping between these 3, right? And even no matter how many years you have been meditating, you're still jumping between these 3 problems, always jumping between these 3. And the funny part is that you tend to forget when it happened and jump into the same problem again. So that's why you're gonna have to remind you quite often, it's like, okay, this is to deal with the thoughts, it's with the pain. And most important thing, especially the first part, don't rush. Let me put a very, very big alphabet for you. Don't rush, okay? Take your time, take it easy. I know that, since you are meditating every day and it's become a routine, we love to just, come on, get started. And that end up forcing unconsciously, okay? So take some moment to ease up the steam. So you can start up right now by with the stretching your body, okay? To really slow it down. So reduce the speed of your thought from like year into just 1,000 kilometers per hour with the stretching part, and you're so slowly feeling more relaxed. As you're slowly stretching, you can feel that your attention is back with your body. When you stretch your neck, you can feel the tension in your neck. So bring the awareness back to your neck, your shoulders. Bring it down to your shoulder as you're stretching it. Your arms and your hands. You can rotate your wrist, stretch your fingers, and just, each place that you are stretching, just bring your attention to feel it there. Your back, your legs, and adjusting your sitting posture. Taking some moment before closing the eyes to adjust your body. To feel your leg first. The way your legs are placed. If you're sitting on the floor, adjust until you don't feel tension at your thighs or your knees. Bring attention to feel it. To feel your legs. If you're sitting on the chair, you may begin with placing both of your feet flat on the floor, just to feel the tension under your feet. Now observe your hands, the way you place on your lap. How are your fingers? Your fingers feeling tense? Your back, keep it straight. With your chin square. Observe whether you have tension in your shoulders, your elbows. So little by little, you begin to feel aware of your body, settle in this sitting posture. Keep your eyes open if you're not feeling there yet, just to keep your attention with your body sensation. So as you are feeling your breath in and out, you're allowing your mind to reduce its speed. So as you are breathing in, feel the air, the cool air that passes your nostrils until it goes down to the end. And exhale. Observe your breath a few more times. Each breath, take it deeper, softer, and gentler. Each breath, bring your mind closer to the present moment. So one breath at a time. Allow your mind to slow down. And as your mind begins to be still, your eyes will close gently in the way that it's not too tense. It's so similar as when you are about to go to sleep. Meditation is the journey to the natural state of your body and your mind. the natural state of the body is fully relaxed without any tension. So now the eyes are closed. Please observe your body and relax it a bit more. One part at a time. From your head to your face. Relax from your forehead to your temples, eyes, nose, cheeks, all the way to your neck and shoulders. Relax both of the arms to your hands, all the way to the tips of your fingers. Relax your body. Relax it down to your chest, abdomen, legs, feet, all the way to the toes. Feel your whole body. Listen to what it's telling you. If any part of your body saying that tension is there, then relax that muscle until the whole body is so relaxed. You may observe your body from time to time, whether it still remain relaxed. Because as you proceed with your meditation, sometimes you may unconsciously tense your muscle. So from time to time, take a little observation. If your facial muscles still relaxed, your shoulders, elbows and hands are still comfortable, all the way to your knees and your legs. When your whole body is filled with relaxation, then automatically you feel so natural with the whole you. You feel that your body, the nature, the atmosphere are becoming as one. So please take as long as you want to relax your muscle, forehead, temples, nose and cheeks. And as your body is so comfortable, you may feel that within your body, it is an empty space, blank, hollow. In that emptiness, there is a place where you can rest so comfortably. So that's where you may lay your attention upon and imagine that you are sitting alone in an open space, stretched out away to the horizon. Your comfort spot is the middle point of this whole space, where there is nothing but calmness, nothing but tranquility. When you find that calmness, your body and mind will automatically settle with the present until you don't feel like going anywhere, doing anything. It just complete content on its own. So imagine yourself in this large open space with your mind settled upon your comfort spot, the point where your mind feels most at ease. That point, it is in the center of your abdomen. However, at the beginning, simply keep aware where it is easiest and simplest. When the mind returns to be still, it slowly relieves itself from any thoughts, any feeling it contains. It slowly frees up the space in the mind. Any resentment, any frustration or worries. Little by little, the mind is free, relieved, and light, until the mind becomes weightless, slowly freed off from whatever is going on, until your mind is vacant and free. Keep aware of that comfort within you, calm, soft, and comfortable, feeling as if you are gliding along the wind blow. Enjoy the full taste of freedom, where nothing holds you back, weighs you down. Everything is light, weightless, and free. The more your mind detaches, the more your mind is free. It becomes so light and vacant. When the mind is free from anything it contains, automatically calmness, tranquility fill your mind, fill that space. Automatically, everything is simple, calm, and comfortable. Continue to keep aware of that peace, just to stay still within, in that space for a while. In that calmness, your mind is returning to its natural state. There is nothing you have to do. On the other hand, just let your mind be still, immerse in the basin of calmness and peace will fill your mind and your whole being. Our mind has been contaminated with defilements, with negativity, such as craving, anger, ego, for a very long time. The defilements are the dirty elements contaminated the mind. It makes our mind upset, and the mind always goes out of ourselves, uncomfortable to settle. Whenever we clean up the space in the mind, our mind enjoys being still because it is peaceful and it comes with joy, bliss, and satisfaction. In fact, we don't need to force the mind to be still. as soon as we clean off the junk in our mind, it comes automatically back to where it belongs. So now that you found it, let it stay still. Let it soak up in that peace. Allow the mind to quench its thirst for tranquility until it is full and complete, until you don't want anything or want to go anywhere. Everything is complete right here. So keep it steady, still. If any of you feels like you need a little reminder to retain your attention, you may repeat the mantra softly in the mind. The gentle, beckoning sound is echoing from your comfort spot. The mantra is Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang. This mantra means perfectly pure, which is the state of the mind that is full of peace. You may use any other words that you like, such as here and now, peace and love, or I am love, I am the peace. Anything that you like to remind yourself of, you may let the sound appearing within you. It can be in any languages. Each sound beckoning your mind back to be with yourself, right here within you. And when your mind settles, it will gradually forget about the mantra. Then you simply continue with that way, calmly and softly, without anything else to do. The mantra is like a beacon, showing your mind where to return. And when it's still, it doesn't need anything else. What remains is this absolute peace. and calmness. Here in your mind, everything is free, light, so comfortable. When the mind stands still, there'll be reward waiting for you, telling you that you have made a good journey. You may feel like your body is expanding, stretching, or floating away. Or as if the whole body assimilates into the surrounding nature. Sometimes there may be images appear in your mind, colors or light. Whatever is happening are your rewards. Come from the standstill mind. And from that point, let it go deeper in. Let it be with peace, steady and still. And these experiences will be even more. It provides you with joy, bliss, Sama Araham, Sama Araham, Sama Araham. Each passing moment, stillness, peacefulness, tranquility. Fill your mind until you can touch that delicate sensation that is so refined within. Continue to keep it steady, settled, still. If your whole body and mind are still comfortable and relaxed, and your mind is still at ease, let it glide along with the flow of peace deeper in. Otherwise, you may adjust a bit and return to this stillness again. Sama Arahant, Sama Arahant, Sama Arahant. Deep in the eye of that stillness, peace fill up your mind. It evolves into loving kindness, the feeling sympathy towards all beings, wishing every person, every creature to live in peace, in happiness, without harming each other, without violence. As you are aware of that sensation of peace within you, it slowly grows, expand. It's fill up your whole residence, neighborhood, and the whole city. It carries the same positive intent, wishing everyone to live free. Let it expand throughout the whole country. Now the rest of the world expand furthermore across the globe. Let the radiation of peace fill every places, everywhere. You may recall the face of your loved one, whether they already passed or still alive, feeling them appear within you. Sharing with them your inner peace. Let that peace fill your mind, sharing it with your loved one, feeling it inside you, feeling them within that peace, wishing them to always be happy, free, embrace them with your loving kindness. And now that he is one with your mind, expand the radiation of peace throughout your whole body. Feel it up to your face, down to your hand. Feel it within your whole self, as if you are the unit of peace. And then feel your breath as you softly breathe in and exhale. Breathe all the way down and exhale. Breathe again. Take it deeply and softly all the way to the very end of your breath and exhale. And now that you are feeling more comfortable, slowly stretch your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your whole body. And when you feel more comfortable, you may slowly open your eyes and breathe a few times. Afterward, Sapphe Buddha Palapata Pachika Nanja Yam Palam Arahanta Nanja Teshena Rakan Pantami Sapaso Sappa Buddhanupavena Sappa Dhammanupavena Sappa Sankhanupavena Satha Soti Bhavantu Te. Okay. So stretch the body a bit. Okay. So let's start up by sharing some of your experience, if you mind, by putting into the scaling of 1 to 5. 1 is I can't feel peaceful at all, and 5 is totally awesome. Okay, I got 4 from Yo, 4 from Lin, Hazel 4, Karen 3, Claritarani 3, 5 from Legum, Becky 3.5, oh, 4 from Good Sultan, 3 from Manel, 4 from Janet, 3 from Shah, 4 from Terence. Okay, good. 4 from Nova. Okay, good. 4 from Patrick. Jesse 2.5. What's going on? Have a good sleep, right? Esther 6. Very good. Tired. Exactly. See what I told you. So in case of Jesse, I know that you probably fell asleep at the beginning, but would you be able to come back afterward after you nap a bit? Or will you nap the whole time? Nap the whole time. Okay. Okay. 3 from Herta, 5 from Tien. Very, very good. So I want you to take a look one thing though, that if this session is better from any other day, then why is it? Did you take more time at the beginning? Did you take more time to let your mind winding down? Did you take a time for slowly feeling adjustment of your body into a state of relaxation? Because if you notice that it helps, then that means you are doing it right. So those are some kind of tips that you can take a look whether you are able to let your mind drift into that state rather than forcing yourself to be sitting still. So before we talk any further, let's take a photo.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you have a wonderful meditation sessions. Please open your camera. We are going to take a group photo together. Anyone that wish to be inside the photo, you may open your camera now. Okay, smile. Okay, thank you very much. So you may send your questions or your meditation experience to the chat box.
Okay, if you have any questions, feel free to put it down. Or you guys do like in the twilight zone. That's why I love to ask questions at the end, because then nobody have any questions. Question usually happens before meditation. Okay, from Yo, the question is that, do you feel more fresh or sleepy after meditation? Wondering if it's normal. Aha, that is very good question. So normally, if you're meditating and if you are able to keep it calm and stand still, you should feel refreshed. You should feel really, like the refreshing in this sense means at least you feel relieved if it's not like in the nighttime when you're about to go to sleep. The feeling refreshing doesn't mean that you feel like light and free, like, it's not like tired. But if you're feeling tired, that's because you were pushing in the meditation, you were forcing, you were using your physical force into trying to keep the mind stand still. And that will make you feel tired. Sometimes you may feel sleepy at the end, like if you're meditating for going to bed. But you feel sleepy, but not in the sense of feeling tired, but like your body is about to rest. But in the same time, you feel that your mind begin to relieve. So that is the right way to feel. But if you feel like, I'm so exhausted, like I have been running a marathon, then, you're sitting still, how can you be so tired? That's not supposed to happen, right? It's kind of weird. So that means you were doing something wrong, which means that, when you're pushing, you're forcing your meditation, you end up use your body into it. So that will make you kind of feel uncomfortable with it. As a result of that, that was you need to back up, readjust, and start over. So that is the difference. Feeling sleepy at the end, it could be if it's the nighttime, is possible, but look what you feel within, whether you feel relieved and, calm, or you feel like tired, heavy, exhausted. That's the difference. Okay, muchas gracias por la meditación. Me tengo que retirar. As if I understand the whole thing, right? Relax to wandering mind, but give your content rested. Very good, Tian. That's exactly. I got tired before meditation. That makes you feel kind of sleepy at the beginning, which is good that later on, after you feel kind of rested, you can come back to it afterward. From Iris, gracias, yo quiero saber cómo mi forma meditación en esta camino. That is too hard. What is the translation for that? It's a question though. So different from before and after. Okay. Okay, feel so relaxed. From lay home, I feel so relaxed tonight. I experienced more than 5 times strong force pushing my body forward. If you can elaborate with the pushing forward, like you're gonna face down, or feel like kind of pushing you downward, like kind of going down. Because sometimes when you feel relaxed, could be 2 things. The first one is that you are about to go deeper in your meditation. So the state of going deeper in your meditation is when your mind begins to withdraw from your physical sensation, and when it comes to be still, and it's about to go into the deeper layer of yourself, which is more refined. So the sensation sometimes can feel like you are like gonna be falling down into a pit. So that one is good, but it kind of it can make you feel startled or alarm at the beginning if it comes very sudden. So next time, just realize what's going on and allow yourself to pass through it. Or sometimes when you feel relaxed, but the sense of relaxation is a bit more than awareness. So you may slip into kind of losing awareness a bit, and it was like kind of like you were about to sleep, but not too much until you can still feel the jerk in that body. So it depends whether you feel relaxed yet very, very conscious. If you feel relaxed and conscious, and then suddenly feel like pushing fast like that, that means you're about to go deep. So let that be. But if you kind of have the flashes of awareness before that sensation, it means that you have that kind of gap where you no longer have that awareness. I mean, you still, but not strong enough for you to retain it, which is okay. Just open your eyes a bit, readjust, and start over so that you can regulate that level of balance between awareness and comfort. But anyway, if you can feel that, that is good. At least you are able to maintain certain amount of stillness. From Deborah, feeling complicated to feel quite fine initially state. If at the end I think of loved one who passed away, cry and open my eyes. Anyway, thanks. So very good, Deborah. Then it is possible for you to feel like crying. But if you feel crying, there are different kind of tears, whether it's kind of tears of joy because you're recollecting of somebody you care about, or tears with sadness, like you really miss someone. It's kind of not the same. But if you feel overwhelmed with kind of joy that you are sharing this positive love and energy or peace to your loved one, that comes from the sense of peace within you. So that's a good thing. It's okay. There's nothing bad with it. So especially when you're trying to, sharing it with someone that you love, that can be very, very possible. It's good that you can feel that. Okay, Angie, translation. I want to know this, what is best form of meditation while driving or walking? So let me get you one thing straight with the word meditation. The word meditation translated from the word bhavana. It doesn't mean sitting with your eye closed like this. No, it doesn't mean that, okay? It means development. It means the development of the mind into a higher state, into a higher quality. So, and the way to develop the mind is when it stands still with you. So that's the key point. When the mind stands still with you, it is automatically evolve. Now, in that notion, it doesn't require you to sit still with your eye closed. It is helpful to sit still with your eye closed because you have less distraction and you can retain your attention easier. However, when you are walking, when you're driving, you carry on with your daily activities, it is recommended to keep that awareness with you. But you can just, doing this way, for example, like feel your center when you are driving your car, or you can be repeating the word that you choose in your mind when you are driving or walking. You can even have the awareness of your surrounding as the way to keep your intention. For example, let's try this one. Lift your right hand. Now, can you feel awareness with your right hand? Can you feel it? Now, lift your left hand. I know that my hand looks so huge. Do you feel awareness with your left hand now? Now, can you feel awareness with your both hands? Now, can you expand both arms like this? Can you still feel awareness with your both hands? Can you expand this further than your hands to the end of the room? Can you feel it? That's what I keep explaining, that your mind can expand its boundary. You see that even though you think that you have to focus on this one tiny little spot, you can even feel this, right? It means you can even feel much bigger. So that's the same thing you can do when you are driving your car, walking, when you're carrying on your activities, you feel your whole perimeter, things around you. In that way, you're always present. At the same time, it doesn't have to feel like I have to, 1 foot at a time and, becoming so robotic. That's not natural, but you can just feel I am aware of everything in my surrounding sensation. In that way, you are very, very present. And that can be very helpful when you are driving your car, okay? Okay, forward. So from leg home, I think so you can be able to, you have the awareness, very clear and consciousness for feeling jumping forward. So that will be something you can read next time. Happy Diwali to our friends. Okay, Diwali. Where's the light? I felt jerk once from Tian, but gently visualize the fast light, but I let go of it. Okay, if you feel jerk once, and you can gently visualize it again, that means you're resetting from what's happening and return to the starting point, which is good. So then from then on, if you feel it again, and if it's kind of, make you kind of out of your meditation, the key is to start up from the top. However, if anytime you're able to go forward, let it be, okay? Have you experienced your bone cracking while meditation? Of course, all the time. So bone break and the next. It is possible because the things that when you are kind of sitting still relaxingly and not kind of forcing your body so much, your body is actually adjusting itself. Some of you may notice that, like suddenly your body begin to be straightened up, right? Or your body may change its position a bit because it's kind of, at first when we adjusting our posture, we try to kind of, setting ourselves down, but so it's possible that your body kind of slowly adjusts it back when you begin to become less aware of it, and it kind of come back more naturally to you. So that's possible too. I had it. I got up during meditation to take out the physical conditions, my meditating visualization, very good. Coming back again, very good. But don't forget that when you are trying to maintain the condition, keep it very comfortable and relaxed, okay? Not forcing your attention with you. With the feeling it could be expanded and shrink, very, very good. Keep it that. And with the expansion and shrinking, if you can also do like a little game outside of your meditation sessions, like right now, if you can still feel the expand and shrink, expand and retract. Can you still feel it? If you can still feel it, you can do this like a little game, like a little practice. That can be very helpful. Okay, which one you prefer to place your palms on the thigh, facing up, facing down? Honestly, depends. I did them all. Because the thing is that some days, some session is more comfortable with the thigh, some session is more comfortable with their hands up, some session is more comfortable with the hands down. Imagine if you just keep it in one posture for 3 hours straight up, it's gonna make you feel numb all the way to your neck, right? So that's not natural to your body. So at first, the thing is that it's supposed to be anything that keeps your hand most relaxed until you forget about it. So when you rest your hands on your lap, whether it's going to be facing up, facing down, your thighs or your lap, checkpoint. Do you feel tension with your shoulders and your elbows? Does it feel like you have to kind of force your shoulder to straighten up, or you kind of have to tense your shoulder to hold it? Because if that, will be uncomfortable and you will be distracted by your own body. So as a result of that, adjust whatever it's like. What I would really do is just actually have a little piece of cloth, like I folded up about this bit thick and put it on my lap. And then when I place my hand on my lap, it's a bit higher than normal. To be honest, though, at the temple, I have a little pillow, the U-shaped pillow that I put on my lap, and my hand is like right here, almost at my chest, because it's comfortable. But please take note that I did that in the session that I meditate 2 to 3 hours. So, I need a few things to make adjustment. Doesn't mean that I have my hand placed like it's, like this and lock it in with a handcuff the whole time. That's not possible. So the key is that you can start off with something that you feel natural with. You can put some pillows, put a little cloth on your lap so that you can feel that your hand doesn't have to be too low, because if it's too low, you will strain your shoulders. If it's too high, of course, you strain your elbow. So you can adjust until what is best for you. But later on, if it's not comfortable, maybe to make adjustment. From Angji, good morning, I feel very good. This is with this mental exercise, it made me feel happy, but the day before you couldn't do it. It gave me a lot of anguish and my throat was scratched. Is this good or bad? Okay. When you couldn't do it, I think you were expecting too much. When you were expecting and you were trying to force yourself to beat, it won't get there. So that's, as a result of that, whether your throat is already kind of irritated before, or, or it's just something that you get thirsty and kind of irritated by it later on, but that's because you already get distracted until your attention is already with that distraction that you have. But starting point is that you were forcing a bit too much from the very beginning. You're just forcing too much. Yesterday, I was watching one of the documentary about Japanese bowl. I know it sounds like having no relationship with this, right? It's called kudo. Kudo, the Japanese bowl. And I love the philosophy of it is that when they were shooting the bowl, the aim of shooting the bowl is not about shooting at the target, but is about the process and the posture, that everything is slowly, be completely aware and mindful. And if everything is right, it will hit the target on its own. That's the key of the kudo, which is the same thing in meditation. If you aim at the target that you have to be one, be this, be that, with these experiences, you're not going to hit it, because your posture, your everything is all completely wrong. But if you take some moment to go step by step, just like kudo, stretching, and the arrow will find its way to the target, just like your mind will find its way to the stillness. So that is what expectation is all about. Expectation is forcing yourself to hit the target, and that becomes unnatural to your mind. Okay, thank you very much. Right, if I expect too much from others, we're going to suffer. Exactly. Generally, parents expect much from their children. Well, from Cha about parent stuff, that is complicated. One thing to bear in mind is that it doesn't matter how you think, no matter how grew up you think you are. Okay, it doesn't matter at all. You can ask all these grandmother right here, that it doesn't matter how I am 187 centimeters, but to my parents, I'm still a tiny boy, 2 years old, little cute face. That's what they look at you, okay? It doesn't matter how you think, yeah, I'm so capable, I can take care of myself, I'm so grown up, I can make my own decision, blah, 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 blah. I already have my own kid. To your parents' eye, you're still a kid. But, sometimes they may have expectation, they may do this to that, but all of this because they love you and they want you to be happy, but in their own interpretation of happiness. Intention is good, although the way conveying it might not be the one that you like. So the point would be, there is no need to be upset with it, because at least they have good intention to love you. They just don't know how to convey it the right way. Acknowledge that love, and just try to balance between what you want to do, what you can do, and what they expect of you. There are certain things called duties that we have to fulfill. At the same time, there are certain things as passion that you want to achieve in life. So these two things has to be balanced. You can't expect to do whatever you want all the time, or just force yourself to just carry with the duties until you feel, uncomfortable and kind of suffocated. You know what I mean? It is very, very uncomfortable. But understand, at least when they have expectation, it's not because they meant something bad. It's just they want you to be happy in their own understanding. It's a good intention. And understand that if you fight, it's like little girl try to fight with the parents in their eyes. So you can't just try to approach it like I'm totally adult and explain it. Just try to slowly bit by bit, and they will learn to understand that, okay, this is what you want, this is what makes you happy, without, at the end of the day, fighting with them. Because eventually you don't want to fight them. You want people that you love to be around you, right? You want people that you love to really have good feeling with you, and you want to have them in your life. So when you fight with them, how do you feel at the end? You feel sad, you feel upset, you feel missing out. And you don't want any of that. Although it's not going to be easy to be around. So that's what you need to realize. If you take the approach, I'm an adult, I can take care of myself, that's what you got. But if can sometimes when they say something, you just not, okay, I got you. It doesn't mean you have to do everything. Sometimes when you just don't talk back and listen, it's good enough. Acknowledge is good enough. At least they feel like you acknowledge their love. And this is very important. Okay. Lei, do you think guided dynamic meditations?
Những jenis platform manajemen tùy trong cái thông qua con này để cho được năng công mà lại quản lý cái sesi của người.
What do you think of guided dynamic medication? Like medicine, right? I'm sorry, I really don't know much about guided dynamic medication. So if you can explain this. Okay, want to free expectation, then what we do. So I just explained to you already, if you want to free expectation from your parents, then you first of all make sure that you carry on your duties. Like you could look after yourself or make them feel like you are capable of doing so without being too stubborn. Okay, meditation, guided meditation. Okay. So I'm not so sure what it means by dynamic meditation, but normally though, when it comes to the guided meditation, what most important to understand is that I'm not making you meditate, okay? The guided meditation is not about make you follow every step by step and get to a certain thing by me. Your journey is all up to you. That guided meditation is more like a guideline that kind of keep you reminded to be aware of what's going on. And if sometimes you lost in the moment, help you to get back on track. But the whole journey of meditation, it doesn't matter any techniques, it's all up to you. Especially because you are about to go deeper within yourself. No one can take you there. They can influence, like the guided meditation where you need to around with like a very great master, they can make you feel kind of serene and calm with the energy. But eventually, the journey is the one that you have to take by yourself. So I have not familiar with so much with the dynamic meditation, but what I have learned from my master is that it's not even the words that they explain, it's just the sensation that they around it, the way the energy is resonating that can really help calming the mind and guiding the sensation up to that point. That's what I felt with my master. So if you really follow up with the guided meditation, at one point you will come to the feeling when I don't need to be guided anymore, and my mind can just go straight right through that point on its own as well. Until you cannot even hear anything, because at one point your mind will withdraw completely from sensation. So that will actually happen later in the long run of the meditation practice. So I hope it, giving that up. And of course, I will look it up with what it means by dynamic meditation, if what kind of technique is that, and we'll share with you next time. So I think we cover up of all the questions. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's meditation sessions. And don't forget to smile a lot and keep your attention like this, like this. And it will make it easier for you to retain the mindfulness, okay? So let's call it a day.
Thank you very much, Monk Pasura, for good sessions today. And thank you, every one of you, for joining us together. So let us pay respect to Monk Pasura by bow 3 times. Let's bow. Second bow. and third bow.
So may all of you achieve inner peace with ease and without delay. May all of your wishes be fulfilled and have a good night.
Sadhu. Thank you, Monk Pasura, for the blessing. And we'd like to see every one of you again tomorrow. Please bring more friends to join us together. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.